Imagine you are sitting at a friendly cafe. The sun is shining and you are drinking a nice cappuccino. You are meeting a new colleague or a new friend from another country. They smile at you across the table. They ask you a very simple, polite question. They say, "What is your typical day like?" Or they might ask, "How do you usually spend your day?"
Immediately, your mind goes completely blank. You know the vocabulary. You know the grammar rules. But when you open your mouth, you sound a bit like a tired, broken robot. You say, "I wake up. I go to work. I go home. I sleep."
It is factually true, of course, but it feels so incredibly boring. You want to sound interesting and natural. You want to show your real personality and maybe make them smile. But trying to translate a funny or engaging story from your native language in real time feels terrible. It feels like trying to run a marathon through deep, heavy water. You just get tired and give up.
Welcome to the Fluent English Conversations Podcast. I am Felix, and I am here with Emily. Today, we are going to fix this robot problem completely. We are not just going to teach you simple, boring sentences about your daily routine. We are going to give you a clear, beautiful map, a plan to tell the story of your day.
Hello, everyone. By the end of this episode, you will have a perfect map in your head. When someone asks about your day, you will not freeze in panic. You will know exactly how to answer smoothly, easily, and interestingly. We will even teach you how to add a little cute joke to your answers. This will make you sound completely natural, just like a native speaker.
And listen to me carefully. You do not need to feel guilty if studying sounds exhausting right now. We know you are tired. We know you have a job, a family, and a busy life. Learning a language should not feel like carrying heavy stones up a mountain. It should feel like building a tiny, comfortable house out of soft wooden blocks. We will take very gentle, small steps today.
Let us talk about one of our listeners, Maria. Maria works as a graphic designer. She has a busy, stressful job. She absolutely does not have the energy to sit at a desk studying thick grammar books after work. But she practices real English by simply describing her own reality.
Exactly. Maria uses real, concrete actions from her own life to build her English map. Today, we will give you the exact phrases to build your own map. We call these phrases chunks. A chunk is just a group of words that naturally live together. It is like buying a beautiful, delicious cake from a bakery. You do not need to grow the wheat, milk the cow, and bake it yourself. You just take the finished cake and enjoy it.
Here is how our gentle practice works today. We will give you a chunk. We will repeat it twice so you can shadow us. Shadowing means you gently repeat the words right after us, copying our rhythm. Then we will describe a relatable scene so your brain can picture it. And we will give you a funny, natural way to use it in conversation.
Are you ready to build the first chapter of your daily story? Let us start with the very beginning of the day. The morning is a fresh, quiet start. Our first phrase is, hit the snooze button. Hit the snooze button.
Picture this familiar scene. Your phone alarm starts ringing loudly. The room is dark and cold. Your blanket is incredibly warm and heavy. You do not even open your eyes. You just blindly reach out your hand and press the screen to buy yourself 10 more minutes of sleep. A native speaker might joke and say, "I plan to wake up at 7, but I usually hit the snooze button 3 times." Now, you try to shadow me. Hit the snooze button.
That is so true. I do that every single morning. Eventually, you wake up. Here is our next chunk. Stay in bed for a few minutes. Stay in bed for a few minutes.
Imagine you are finally awake, but you are not ready to face the world yet. You lie there staring at the ceiling. Your brain is slowly turning on. It is like a cold car engine warming up quietly in the winter snow. Here is a natural way to use it. I stay in bed for a few minutes, or maybe 30 minutes if it is raining outside. Say the basic chunk with me. Stay in bed for a few minutes.
I love that little joke about the rain. Our next chunk is take a deep breath and stretch my arms. Take a deep breath and stretch my arms.
You are still in bed. You fill your lungs with morning air. You push your hands far above your head until your muscles pull. It is exactly like a lazy cat stretching its whole body after a long nap in the sun. For example, before I look at my stressful emails, I take a deep breath and stretch my arms. Please shadow me. Take a deep breath and stretch my arms.
Then comes the hardest physical action of the entire day. Get out of bed. Get out of bed.
You finally leave your warm blankets. Your feet touch the cold floor. It is like a little bird finally jumping out of a cozy, safe nest. You can use this joke. I have a lot of energy, but only after I manage to get out of bed. Repeat it out loud. Get out of bed.
Now we walk into the bathroom. Wash my face with cold water. Wash my face with cold water.
You lean over the sink. You splash freezing liquid onto your sleepy eyes. It is a shock to your system. It is like hitting the refresh button on a slow, frozen computer. To sound natural, you can smile and say, "I wash my face with cold water because making coffee takes too long." Your turn to shadow. Wash my face with cold water.
Next, we move to the kitchen. This is the most important part of my day. Put on a pot of coffee. Put on a pot of coffee.
You walk into the kitchen like a zombie. You hear the beautiful sound of the machine bubbling. The rich, dark smell fills the room and brings your soul back to your body. Here is a perfect joke for your colleagues. Please do not ask me any complex questions until I put on a pot of coffee. Say it with feeling. Put on a pot of coffee.
If you have pets, you will know this next one. Feed the hungry cat. Feed the hungry cat.
You are standing in the kitchen in your pajamas. Your small furry friend is screaming at you loudly. They act like they have not eaten a single meal in 10 years. They rub against your legs and try to trip you. You can tell your friends, "My alarm clock does not wake me up. I wake up to feed the hungry cat." Shadow me carefully. feed the hungry cat.
After breakfast, we need to get ready for the outside world. Dry off and put on my clothes. Dry off and put on my clothes.
You step out of the shower. You wrap a warm towel around yourself. You select your outfit from the closet. It is like putting on your personal armor to protect yourself from the busy city. For example, I quickly dry off and put on my clothes so I am not late. Repeat it quietly. Dry off and put on my clothes.
Before we leave, we need to know what the day looks like. Check my calendar. Check my calendar.
You hold your phone and look at the colorful blocks of time. You see meetings, appointments, and deadlines. It is like opening a complicated map before you start driving in a new city. You can complain slightly and say, I am afraid to check my calendar on Monday mornings. Say it with me. Check my calendar.
Then you grab your things. Pack my bag with everything I need. Pack my bag with everything I need.
You throw your laptop, your charger, your keys, and maybe an apple into your backpack. You zip it up. It is like packing a survival kit for a dangerous jungle expedition. For example, every night I pack my bag with everything I need so I can sleep longer in the morning. Shadow me. Pack my bag with everything I need.
And the final morning step. Lock the front door. Lock the front door?
You step into the hallway. You turn the key and hear that satisfying click. The morning routine is officially over and the workday begins. You can say, my memory is so bad, I always have to check twice to make sure I lock the front door. Your turn. Lock the front door.
Before we move to the busy commute, I want to share a gentle trick to help you remember these chunks. It is called the visual cue, or you can call it sticky note magic. Emily, do you use sticky notes in your apartment?
Oh yes, they are everywhere. I put them on my fridge, my desk, and my doors. But how do they help our listeners build this story map?
It is completely stress-free. You do not sit at a desk with a notebook. You take a bright yellow or pink piece of paper. You write one chunk on it. For example, write, wash my face with cold water, and you stick it right on your bathroom mirror. You write, put on a pot of coffee, and stick it on your coffee machine.
That is a brilliant idea. You do not force your tired brain to study. Your physical environment does all the heavy work for you. Every single morning, you look at the mirror and see the exact phrase. It is like your apartment is politely whispering English to you while you live your life.
Exactly. Buy some sticky notes today and pick 3 chunks, just 3. Place them around your house. It is a tiny step, but it changes everything. Now, let us continue our story with the journey to work. Walk to the bus stop. Walk to the bus stop.
You are outside, feeling the weather. Maybe it is raining. Maybe the sun is shining. You walk down the street, looking at the trees and the cars. It is like a small bridge between your private home and your public life. You can say, I love my neighborhood, so I actually enjoy when I walk to the bus stop. Say it out loud. Walk to the bus stop.
Once you are on public transport, you might do this. Listen to a podcast on the way. Listen to a podcast on the way.
You put your headphones in. The loud noise of the traffic disappears. Someone is telling you a story, or maybe teaching you English. It is like sitting in a tiny, invisible bubble of knowledge while the crowded world moves around you. For example, I survived the morning train because I listened to a podcast on the way. Shadow me. Listen to a podcast on the way.
But if you drive a car, you probably experience this next chunk. Get stuck in heavy traffic. Get stuck in heavy traffic.
You are sitting behind the steering wheel. There is a sea of red brake lights in front of you. Nothing is moving. You tap your fingers on the wheel and question all your life choices. Here is a very natural thing to say. My daily routine includes drinking coffee and getting stuck in heavy traffic. Repeat it with feeling. Get stuck in heavy traffic.
Before you enter the office building, there is one last stop. Grab a coffee to go. Grab a coffee to go.
You walk into a busy, noisy cafe. You pay for a paper cup filled with hot caffeine. You hold it like a warm prize. It is like collecting a magic potion before a difficult boss battle in a video game. You can joke and say, I am always late because I have to grab a coffee to go. Your turn to speak. Grab a coffee to go.
Now we are inside the office. Say hello to my coworkers. Say hello to my coworkers.
You walk to your desk. You smile, wave, and ask people how their weekend was. It is the social dance we all do every morning. For example, I spend the first 10 minutes trying to say hello to my coworkers before I look at my computer. Shadow me. Say hello to my coworkers.
The morning chat is over. Go back to work. Go back to work.
You sit down. You move the mouse to wake up the screen. It is like pressing the play button on a movie after you paused it to get snacks. You can say, the coffee break was nice, but sadly, I must go back to work. Say it with me. Go back to work.
You open your email program. Answer the important ones first. Answer the important ones first.
You see 50 new messages. You ignore the newsletters and the minor questions. You only click on the messages from your manager or top clients. It is like looking at a tree and picking only the ripest, most perfect apples. Here is a natural way to explain it. My inbox is a disaster today, so I just answer the important ones first. Shadow me carefully. Answer the important ones first.
Here is a phrase for managing your physical space. Keep my desk clean and organized. Keep my desk clean and organized.
You put your pens in a cup. You throw away old sticky notes. You wipe the dust off your keyboard. It is like clearing out dark, heavy clouds so the bright sun can shine inside your mind. You can joke and say, I try to keep my desk clean and organized, but it usually gets messy by Friday afternoon. Repeat it out loud. Keep my desk clean and organized.
Around 2 or 3 o'clock, something terrible happens to all of us. Hit the afternoon slump. Hit the afternoon slump.
You are staring at your screen. Your eyes are heavy. Your brain suddenly feels like a bowl of thick mashed potatoes. You desperately need sugar or more caffeine. It is like a car running completely out of gas on the highway. A native speaker might say, "I am very productive in the morning, but I always hit the afternoon slump." Say it with me. Hit the afternoon slump.
So, what is the best solution for the slump? Take a short break. Take a short break.
You step away from the monitor. You go to the kitchen to drink a glass of water. It is like letting an overheating engine cool down so it does not explode. For example, my eyes are burning, so I will take a short break. Your turn to shadow. Take a short break.
And what is the absolute best thing to do on a break? Go for a short walk to get fresh air. Go for a short walk to get fresh air.
You step outside the building. You breathe the cool wind into your lungs. You look at the sky instead of a glowing screen. It is like washing your dusty, tired thoughts with a cool stream of mountain water. To sound like a native, you can say, "I go for a short walk to get fresh air, mostly just to escape my computer." Repeat it with feeling. Go for a short walk to get fresh air.
Finally, the hours pass. Wrap up the workday. Wrap up the workday.
You close your open tabs. You save your documents. You turn off your professional brain. It is like closing a heavy, complicated book and putting it on the shelf until tomorrow. For example, it is 5 o'clock. I am ready to wrap up the workday. Shadow me. Wrap up the workday.
Before we look at the beautiful evening chapter, here is another fantastic learning tip. I call it mental labeling. You can also call it being the quiet narrator. Emily, imagine you are the main character in a movie about your own life.
So I just quietly describe my own actions inside my head?
Exactly. You do not need to speak out loud and look crazy on the bus. When you are actually locking your front door, you think the chunk in your head. You think, lock the front door. When you are turning on the coffee machine, you think, put on a pot of coffee.
That is a wonderful exercise. You connect the physical movement of your hands directly to the English words. It completely destroys that slow, robotic translation process. You bypass your native language completely. You do not translate the word coffee. You smell the coffee, and the English phrase appears.
Yes, you just live the action in English. Try it today when you leave the office. Now, let us finish our beautiful map with the peaceful evening chapter. The evening is when the story finally slows down. Our first evening phrase is come home at 6 o'clock. Come home at 6 o'clock.
You walk up to your building. The sun is starting to set. You are back in your safe space. It is like a tired wooden ship returning to the quiet harbor after a long storm. For example, no matter what crazy things happen at the office, I try to come home at 6 o'clock. Shadow me. Come home at 6 o'clock.
The very first physical action of the evening is this. Take off my shoes. Take off my shoes.
You kick off those heavy boots or uncomfortable office shoes. Your feet finally breathe. It is like dropping a heavy backpack filled with rocks after climbing a steep hill all day. You can sigh and say, I walk inside, take off my shoes, and finally feel like a human again. Try to say it. Take off my shoes.
Then you do the best part of the evening. Change into comfortable clothes. Change into comfortable clothes.
You take off those stiff jeans or that tight collar. You put on your oldest, softest, and probably ugliest sweatpants. It is like transforming from a strict professional into a relaxed, happy potato. You can joke, I love my career, but my favorite part of the day is when I change into comfortable clothes. Repeat it out loud. Change into comfortable clothes.
Now you walk into the living room. Sit down for a few minutes to rest. Sit down for a few minutes to rest.
You let your tired body sink into the soft sofa. You do not turn on the television yet. You just sit in silence. It is like letting the muddy, dirty water in a glass become perfectly still and clear. For example, before I start cooking, I always sit down for a few minutes to rest. Say it gently. Sit down for a few minutes to rest.
But sometimes you have absolutely zero energy left to cook. Order food. Order food.
You open an app on your phone. You tap a few buttons. You ask a restaurant to bring you a warm meal. It is like rubbing a magic lamp, and a pizza magically appears at your front door. A great native joke here is, I planned to cook a very healthy dinner, but I decided to order food instead. Repeat it. Order food.
After dinner, if you cooked or used plates, you must face this chore. Wash the dishes. Wash the dishes.
You stand at the sink with warm water and soap. You clean the forks and plates. It is like washing away the evidence of today, so tomorrow morning can be completely fresh and clean. For example, I listen to my favorite music while I wash the dishes. Shadow me. Wash the dishes.
Now the chores are done. It is time to relax. Watch an episode of my favorite show. Watch an episode of my favorite show.
You sit on the couch with a blanket. You turn on the television and escape into a fictional world. It is a mini vacation for your tired brain. You can say, I plan to clean the house, but I will probably just watch an episode of my favorite show. Your turn to speak. Watch an episode of my favorite show.
Then you go to bed, but you do not sleep immediately. Scroll through my phone. Scroll through my phone.
The lights are off. Your face is glowing from the screen. You tell yourself you will sleep. But instead, you watch funny videos of dogs and raccoons for an hour. Here is a very relatable joke. I promise to read a smart book every night, but I usually just scroll through my phone. Say it with me. Scroll through my phone.
Eventually, your eyes close. Set the alarm for tomorrow. Set the alarm for tomorrow.
You check the time on your screen. You make sure the little bell icon is turned on for 7 in the morning. It is like winding up a mechanical toy for the next day's race. For example, I set the alarm for tomorrow, hoping I will not hit the snooze button. Shadow me. Set the alarm for tomorrow.
And the final action of the day. Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights.
You reach over to the lamp. The room goes dark. The day is officially over. It is like the heavy velvet curtains closing at the end of a theater play. For example, I check the locks, set the alarm, and turn off the lights. Repeat it one last time. Turn off the lights.
Now you have a massive, complete, and highly structured map of your day. Morning, afternoon, and evening. You have amazing chunks. But before we go, I have one final secret to make you sound totally fluent. It is called the substitution drill, or the one-word change.
This is where we change just one piece of the puzzle, right? We do not build a whole new sentence from nothing.
Yes, exactly. You take a basic chunk. We learned today, let us take wash my face with cold water, and you just swap one single word. Wash my face with warm water, or wash my hands with cold water. You use the exact same grammatical structure, but you make it fit your personal, specific life.
Let us try another one. Take the chunk, grab a coffee to go. I can change one word. Grab a tea to go. Or grab a sandwich to go. That means our listeners do not need to memorize 1,000 different grammar rules. They just learn these strong blocks and play with them. It is exactly like building endless different beautiful shapes with the exact same set of soft wooden blocks.
That is the perfect analogy to end on, Emily. You now have the structure, you have the natural, beautiful phrases, you even have a few little jokes about the snooze button and your hungry cat. Next time someone asks about your day at a cafe, you will not freeze like a broken robot. You will just smile, take a breath, and tell your unique story.
If you feel tired or lazy tomorrow morning, that is perfectly okay. We all feel lazy. Just do one tiny step. Write one pink sticky note and put it on your mirror. Or just be the quiet narrator inside your head while you walk to the bus stop.
We would love to read a piece of your story right now. Please write a short comment below this podcast episode. Use just one of our chunks from today. Add your own tiny native joke to it. Tell us, do you wake up earlier or do you stay in bed for 30 minutes while it rains?
If you enjoyed this gentle, guilt-free way of learning, please subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button to help our small project reach more tired, busy people, and share this audio with a friend or colleague who still sounds like a robot when they speak English.
Thank you for joining us today and giving us your valuable time. Keep listening, keep shadowing, and keep building your beautiful daily map, one gentle block at a time. We will see you in the next episode.
Have a wonderful, peaceful, and perfectly organized day. Goodbye for now.